Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to continue with our basic Node and Express. If you haven't seen my video for this first introduction and the start, the Node console, you're going to basically need to do that because the way that we're doing this is GitHub, and then we're using a live production version of Heroku, so we're actually serving this website for real, and so that's how we're going to do these tutorials. So now we're moving into start a working Express server. The first two lines of the file app.js, you can see how easy it is to create an Express app object. So let's open up our text editor, and in the server we see the first few lines. Perhaps that's my app, and then Express, the app is equal to Express. So yeah, this is the code that is required to start a Express server. Express just basically means it connects the way that Node serves from a server-side language. It sends code to using HTTP to your client-side part of your website, and that's what Node sets up. Express is the part that sort of consolidates that. It does the routing, meaning like if you go to the index page, you go to the server says, okay, this is the information that we need to send. So yeah, this object, meaning the app, which is Express, has several methods, and you will learn many of them in these challenges. One fundamental method is app.listen, and then you add to port. You'll see that that is down here. So here we actually kind of have the app set up in a bit of a funny way, because this could just be app.listen, but because we have this set background, normally we would just have app.listen. But because of the testing environment that we need in order to succeed with this project, we have this kind of big thing, which is a derivative of just having app. So, so this is the one fundamental part. It tells your server to listen to the given port, putting it in a running state. So when we run, this just says it's running. So if I come to the terminal and I say node server.js, you'll see that it starts here and then it says node is listening, which means that the server is on and it's just waiting for a different computer to come and request information. You can see it at the bottom of the file. It's inside the comments. For testing reasons, we need the app to be running in the background. All the code you may want to add goes between these two fundamental parts. So all the code that you want is going to go between these two fundamental parts. Glitch stores the port number in the environment variable. Its value is 3000. So in ours, we're serving it as a local variable as 3000 as well. So let's serve our first string. In Express, routes take the following structure: app.method path handler. Method is an HTTP method in lowercase. So path is a relative path on the server. It can be a string or even a regular expression. Handler is a function that Express calls when route is matched. Handlers take the form of function, of a request, and a response. And then within there, they've got stuff that you do. So where a request is the request object and res is the response object. For example, the handler function res.send a response string will serve a string response string. So we want to use the app.get method to serve the string hello express to get requests matching the root path. Be sure your code works by looking at the logs, and see the results in your browser by clicking Show Live button if you're using Glitch. Okay, so the way that we're going to solve this is we want to come over here and set up, I think that this is basically we're setting up our first route. From the previous exercises, they had a way of sending this guy. We were using the app.route, and then here we were saying get, and then we were passing a callback function, which returned the views. It went to the views in the index. My guess is we'll be doing that later. But for now, we just want to send a response string, which is strange, but it's just a way to start off, I think. So we want to use app.get, so app.get, and so once again, app.get, what are we doing? We're saying app, which is equal to the Express app. And Express is a variable that we defined here where we required it. And so Express actually, in turn, has all of these different variables, all these different HTTP requests, like get, for one. Get is the most basic of them. And so what we want to do is handle a path, and then we want to do a handler. So this is the handler here. Handlers take the form of function res, where rec is the request object and the res is the response object. So we've got app, and then we've got our method, and then we want to add our path in here. So our path is a / because we want to do it at the root directory. So we want to get requests at the root directory. We add our path here. And then what we want to do, once we get our path in there, we want to get our handler in there, right? Because it takes our path and our handler. Method is get, our path is the root directory, and our handler is a function that looks like this. And so what we want to, over here, we'll say function, and inside of this function, we'll pass in the parameters of request and response. And then we want to say the response.send, and we're going to send a string of hello express. Okay, cool. And we want to add the semicolons there. Now, if I save the server.js file, I come over here, interrupt my existing node server, and then do npm start to run the server again. What should happen if we go to our website on our local host, if we press this, it runs and it says hello express. So this looks to me like it's working. In order for us to pass this test, we need to say that the app should serve the string. And so we can't just have our local machine do it. We want to set it up so that we can do it in public. And in order to do that, we need to save these changes to our Heroku server. And we're going to use git to do that. So we say git status. That tells us the server file has been modified. We could go git diff to see the difference. It shows us, oh, he just added this function. So we say git add, and then git commit. So we've added it to the thing, and then we say add a route to send hello express. Cool. Now that we've committed that change, we can push it. So git push Heroku master. Oh, sorry. Head master. So now we're pushing these changes up to our server. We have our server live over here. And so as this is saying, it's saying build started. That means we're started a new build because we've added some more code. And so the server is starting up. Our console is telling us the information faster than the web application here, but you can see now it's kicked in. And it says the build was successful, and then they're starting the process with npm start. We see our hello world being served here, and it said the node app is listening. So now if we go to Frozen Ocean 58616, which is the app, or we could click Open App. If we come here, we see that it says Hello Express. So this is a good sign. This is what we want. If we post this into here and complete the challenge. Awesome. So yeah, we're still producing a live app and we're moving through it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next one.